This is the story of our journey to the Anamalai Tiger Reserve near to Pollachi in Tamil Nadu. We entered the reserve in our own vehicle and stayed at the Ambuli Illam, a forest bungalow nested deep inside the reserve. We enjoyed the chill of the forest air and later went on a safari in this very vehicle. Along the way, we spotted a bear breaking open beehives to break and drink the honey. This story is all about sharing the joy of a beautiful forest safari and an unforgettable stay in the wild. So come, let's begin the journey. We began our journey from Palakkad, traveling through Mudalamada and reaching Sedumada. After clearing the Tamil Nadu checkpost, we entered the forest, part of the Anamalai Tiger Reserve, and continued our drive. If you're lucky, you might get a spotting of a tiger along this route. From the Sedumada checkpost, we had to travel another 12 kilometers through the dense forest before finally reaching Top Slip, where the Anamalai Tourism Office is located. These roads continue towards Kerala's Parambikulam after Top Slip. The KSRTC buses run from Palakkad, and I will include their timings and their other details in the description. We reached the Top Slip after a short stretch with a hairpin bend. This is where the tourism office is located. After showing our online booking details, we were allowed to enter into the reserve. Once we completed the check-in formalities, we headed towards our accommodation. It's located about 2 kilometers to the left of the Parambikulam road. On the way, we passed by a few tribal settlements and some other forest department guest houses. Though the road is slightly damaged, it's still manageable with regular vehicle. We saw some deer grazing in the green meadows while coming from the Top Slip. It was a beautiful sight to watch them walking gracefully across the grasslands. Since the chances of encountering a leopard are quite high in this area, the deer tend to stay mostly in the open spaces for better visibility and safety. Private vehicles are allowed to enter and stay inside the forest. From the Sedumada checkpost onwards, two-wheelers are prohibited, so you won't be able to reach either Top Slip or Parambikulam by bike. So over there, two deer are locking antlers, a common sight during the mating season when they display their strength to compete for the dominance. These are also forest stay cottages. If you book a stay here, you will have the chance to spot plenty of deer. Breathe in the fresh forest air and enjoy a peaceful experience close to the nature. Keep in mind that bookings are only available online. So if you come without a reservation, you will likely won't get an accommodation. The official website for booking is the short form of Anamalai Tiger Reserve, ATR Pollachi. I will include the link and details in the description box. Just half a kilometer from the main road, it truly feels like we have entered the heart of the forest. This trip took place in the first week of May, and thanks to the recent rains, the forest was lush and green. Otherwise, it would have looked quite dry. Look here, it's a Nilgiri langur. The mother is watching her little ones play fighting, just like how we observe kids in our neighborhood sorting out their own squabbles. Anamalai was declared a wildlife sanctuary in 1974 and later upgraded to a tiger reserve in 2007. covering an area of 950 square kilometers in Coimbatore district. The official tiger count of 2023 stands at 16. Here you can see a jungle owlet cleaning its beak after feeding on insects. A simple but fascinating glimpse of forest life. This is the largest member of the squirrel family, known as the Malabar giant squirrel. There was a time when we heard they were on the verge of extinction, but thankfully their numbers have recovered. Today they can be spotted in many forests, especially across Kerala. On the way to our stay, just a little off the road, we spotted an elephant. Elephants are one of the main attractions here in Anamalai and are often seen in groups of 10 to 25. This one wasn't alone. Just a short distance away, three more were standing quietly below. After the rain, the forest turned lush and green, drawing elephants out into the open areas. Here you can see the Indian roller. Its vibrant blue feathers are its main attraction. It's a beautiful sight to watch it in flight. While it's called the Indian roller in India, it goes by different names in other countries. Nearby, we saw a family walking around, and just opposite to them, a wild goat was peacefully grazing. There's also a small tribal settlement in this area, blending quietly with the forest surroundings. This wild goat is usually seen alone. The guide mentioned that it often roams these areas by itself and is frequently spotted right in front of our stay. After traveling around 2 kilometers, we finally reached the Ambuli Illam bungalow. The journey itself was a peaceful experience with no other vehicles around, just us and the forest. And there it is, that is our stay, situated on a small hill. It offers a stunning 360-degree view of the surrounding forest. The road isn't too bad. We finally reached our stay. This rest house was built in 1978 so naturally that there are a few minor inconveniences due to its age. However, it's well maintained and kept clean. As you enter, there's a spacious hall followed by a dining area. The guest rooms are located on the first floor. This is our room. There are 4 rooms like this in total, each with plenty of space. The cost is 3,500 per room. Food isn't included, but there is a full-time cook available, so you just need to pay separately for the meals. Here's the view from our room. You can even see the Anamalai town in the distance. After dropping off our bags, we stepped out in front of the bungalow, and right then, 2 sambar deers came down to drink water from the small river nearby. It was a beautiful, quiet moment. We had booked our stay for 2 nights. From the very first day, I could sense that this place is rich in wildlife. I heard alarm calls 2-3 times, which usually indicate the presence of a predator. This is the view from the rocky spot right in front of our stay. It's an open area in all 4 sides, and you can even see the road we traveled to get here. Here, a peacock is perched on a tree, gently spreading its wings as the sun sets. A truly peaceful sight. And let's talk about the wind. In the school forest area, the wind adds an extra chill, especially in the evenings. It's enough to make you reach for a jacket. At night, the cold gets intense. It's strongly advised not to go out after dark. There's always a chance an elephant might appear. So, if you're visiting, be sure you carry a strong torch for safety. This is the hill beside our stay. There's also an anti-poaching shed nearby, and next to it stands a massive towering hill. The area around our stay is full of peacocks. You can see many of them. Until sunset, it was peaceful to just sit and enjoy the cool breeze while taking in serene forest sights. Usually, we see the sun setting over the sea, but today, it disappeared behind the hills of the forest, offering a rare and beautiful view. After sunset, we headed in for dinner. We had rice, chapati, and chicken curry. Typically, only vegetarian food is provided in here, but if you bring your own chicken, the cook will prepare it. We also had some fellow travelers staying with us. What looks like stars in the sky is actually the light from Anamalai town. After dinner, we went to sleep and woke up early the next morning. That night, I heard multiple alarm calls echoing from different directions, a clear sign of predators nearby. And not just the sounds, we even spotted a leopard. It appeared for just 2 seconds when we switched on our torch, but disappeared before we could capture it on video. Near the stay, there's a small seating area built to relax and take in the surroundings. The view and the atmosphere here are truly fascinating. One of the most exciting moments was when the caretaker showed us the video of a tiger walking along this very path with 2 cubs. That sight was simply breathtaking. As the mist began to lift, the gold started to fade and the first rays of sunlight began to break through the trees. A new day was beginning in the forest. This is the fascinating velvet-fronted nuthatch, often called a miracle bird. It feeds on insects and spiders from tree trunks and branches, using its sharp beak to pick them out. What's unique about this bird is how it moves, almost like a lizard, climbing head down along tree trunks and branches. The female and male have slightly different appearances, both equally beautiful. However, spotting them clearly is quite a challenge. Next, we have a small minivet, a tiny bird, with striking dark colored patches on different parts of its body. Also, a quick note about mobile networks. Airtel and Jio give just 1 or 2 signal bars when you step outside the room, but BSNL has a much better range in this region. Here, we saw a lot of rock lizards hiding the gaps between the rocks. This is the rock lizard, and we had shown it up close in our previous video. In this stay package, only the accommodation is included. Safari rides have been booked separately. The safari costs 2,400 rupees per trip and can accommodate up to 6 people. We had informed them just yesterday that we wanted to go on a safari. At 7:30 a.m., our safari vehicle arrived. 4 people can sit inside, including the driver, and another 4 can sit at the back. It's more of a basic tourist vehicle, definitely not for photography friendly. Our very first sighting during the safari was a herd of wild gaurs. It looked like a mother with her calves. Interestingly, just 3 weeks ago, a tiger was spotted in this very same area, indicating active tiger movement in here. However, due to the limited and less equipped safari options, the chances of spotting a tiger are quite low. If open jeeps and longer safaris, like the 3 hour ones in Karnataka, were introduced in here, it could greatly enhance wildlife viewing opportunities and tourism potential. This isn't just the case with Anamalai. Even the nearby Parambikulam area has a good chances for wildlife sightings. But sadly, the safari infrastructure is lacking. Hearing an alarm call, our vehicle came to a stop. The sound came from just a little distance away, and we noticed a group of deer alert and staring in that direction, fully focused. Since there was no way to reach the exact spot, we stayed there for about 2 minutes, quietly observing. After a while, the deer relaxed and moved on as the danger had passed. Nearby, we spotted a crested serpent eagle watching the scene intently from the above. Like in the other well-managed forest safaris, the grass along the safari route here is cleared. This helps spot animals, especially bears, more easily and allows quicker identification of wildlife. Since the trees are shorter and not too dense, the forest doesn't appear very dark. As we moved along the trail, we took a turn and right in front of us stood a bear. On seeing our vehicle, it calmly moved to the side. We turned off the engine and waited silently. What a sight! It was walking along with a myna bird perched on its back. As it continued on its path, the bear was sniffing around, possibly searching for beehives or even tubers like the wild potatoes. Eventually, it found a hive, and within seconds, bees swarmed all over it. But thanks to the bear's thick fur, the stings didn't seem to bother it at all. We waited there for about 5 minutes, observing quietly. The bear used its sharp claws to tear open the beehive. Interestingly, it kept turning around at intervals, possibly because it was aware of our vehicle nearby. When the hive was disturbed, bees usually attack the intruder aggressively. But after about 5 minutes, the queen bee flies away and the rest of the swarm follows her. Now as you see, only 5 to 6 bees remain around the bear. The rest has moved on, and the bear continues undisturbed, enjoying its sweet reward. If it is a large swarm, the hive contains around 5 to 6 liters of honey. When only one bear comes across, it won't finish all the honey. It just eats as much as it wants and leaves the rest behind. Honeybees can't see well at night, so bears often climb trees at night to raid the hives. This way, they can avoid aggressive attacks from the bees. For smaller hives, like the one we saw, bears usually come during the early mornings or late evenings to feed. During the hotter parts of the day, they typically stay hidden in caves or cool shaded areas to avoid the heat. The bear is feeding from the beehive. Its facial structure is perfectly adapted to extract honey and also makes it easier to eat termites. Just look at its claws. This bear is only around 4 to 5 years old, yet its nails are already so long. These claws are its main weapons. In a bear attack, most of the injuries are caused by these powerful claws. With just one swipe, it can tear off nearly a kilogram of flesh. The species is listed under the IUCN Orange Alert for extinction risk. It is rarely seen in Kerala, but more commonly found in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, especially in rocky terrains and grassy landscapes. Their diet includes honey, termites, ants, and sometimes wild tubers. Occasionally, they feed on decayed flesh, but they do not hunt or kill other animals for food. Known for its sweet tooth, these sugar-loving pairs are particularly fond of honey and sugarcane. If you listen carefully while they're feeding, you can even hear the sound of the pairs slurping honey, an experience that's truly unique in the wild. Bears don't have the front teeth like other predators. Instead, their strong side teeth helps them to crush and chew. This unique dental structure makes it easier for them to scoop up honey and termites efficiently. Though their eyesight isn't very sharp, their hearing is exceptional. They rely heavily on their auditory sense, which is superb compared to many other animals. A pair's average lifespan is about 40 years. Look at the honeybees. They're just waiting for the bear to finish drinking. Once it's done, the bees will return and start rebuilding their hive using whatever honey is left. Only the bear's nose is exposed without hair, so bees can't do much to chase it away. Whether the bear doesn't feel the bee stings on its nose or it's just tolerating the pain, we're not sure, but it doesn't seem bothered. The bees will simply work again to refill the honey and repair the hive. In fact, they can rebuild the damaged parts using wax within just a day. This bear just couldn't stop drinking honey. It stayed there for over 15 minutes, drinking right in front of us. We captured the scene from a short distance, just about 20 meters from our vehicle. Once it was satisfied, the bear slowly walked away into the forest. Here you can see what the bear left behind, the spilled honey and broken beehive. The bees will have to rebuild everything from scratch. Interestingly, the bear drank only about half of the honey, leaving the rest for the bees to reclaim. We then continued our safari, covering a 20-kilometer route, and reached Kurikamuthi, where the elephant is sheltered. From there, we returned through a different trail. Anamalai Kalim, a famous elephant, stays at this camp. Since we didn't post any chained elephants, we decided not to take any videos of that area. Another wonderful sight in the forest was the butterflies. We saw many of them in different parts of the forest. The green patch below isn't grass, it's actually a group of butterflies sitting together. This behavior is called mud puddling, where butterflies gather on a moist soil to absorb essential minerals and nutrients. Also, that's the Nilgiri langur. We were also hoping to spot the lion-tailed macaque, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see them during this trip. Our Ambuli Illam episode in the Anamalai Tiger Reserve is coming to an end. After this memorable safari, we'll be heading back to our room and checking out after breakfast. I have added a few more details about the trip in the video description. So thanks for joining us on this journey. See you in the next video.